You guys want to see something funny? I hope you do. You know there's currently a beef going on between Elon Musk and Sam Altman of OpenAI fame, right? We saw this briefly the previous stream where the Elon Musk-led consortium offered to buy Chat GPT and OpenAI for about 100 billion, and Sam Altman tweeted like, no, but I'll buy Twitter for 10 billion. The beef is actually growing. I said, okay, I feel like there's a lot I want to tie into this because it's actually really important, okay? Historically, when regimes fell, it was often as much from pressure on the inside as pressure from the outside, right? Like, if you learn about the history of medieval European politics, so often it was like, yeah, things fell apart, not because of a peasant revolt or whatever, but because, like, this nobleman and this nobleman were fighting over this girl, and so one of them had the other one killed, but it was seen by someone. And so, like, this stuff happens all the time, okay? The oligarchs might be united against us, but they are not united, if that makes any sense. Like, they're of one mind when it comes to the rest of the world over, but that does not mean if you put the 10 wealthiest people in the world like together in a room that they're all going to agree. In fact, they're all going to hate each other, you know? Like, it's by necessity. Like, in fact, Marx actually wrote about this. Now that I'm thinking about it, he actually wrote extensively. He rejected the moralist assumption that not only that the nobility were good and the peasantry bad, but also the contrary to that, the idea that the peasantry were noble and the nobility were evil. And he argued instead that, like, in a material sense, there was an incentivization for people in the upper crust of society to kind of always be at each other's throats. I'm getting at this, you know, in the context of these tech oligarchs, because the more they beef with each other, and I think the fact that Elon Musk is so, like, personally unlikable and egotistical, I think really kind of helps sell this a little bit. We're not rooting for Sam Altman here. Sam Altman is a freak, you know? But I am rooting for conflict. Here, he did an interview recently with Bloomberg.
Elon tries all sorts of things for a long time. This is this week's episode.
You take it seriously at all? What do you think he's trying to drive at with this?
I think he's probably just trying to slow us down. He obviously is a competitor. He's working hard and has raised a lot of money for XAI, and they're trying to compete with us from a technological perspective.
So remember, okay? AI is bullshit and the economy is fake, okay? The economy is made up. The value of OpenAI and the value of Twitter's Grok are both just speculative ventures. They have not provided any value to anyone. No, like, the world has not been made better because of ChatGPT. ChatGPT has not produced value. Nobody's house is warmer or better insulated because of ChatGPT. Nobody's car is powered by ChatGPT. It's a net drain of resources. It produces nothing. But even though they don't produce revenue, people still invest. So Elon saying he wants to buy ChatGPT for 100 billion is kind of like a tacit admission of weakness on his part, probably because Grok, the Twitter-based AI, has not received that much speculative investment. People don't usually talk about Grok the way they talk about, you know, ChatGPT. Does that make sense? Like, different generative AI companies which have trained their models and built them in different ways, they get different amounts of buzz. And my assumption here is that Elon wants to kind of like remove a competitor. I know it is embarrassing to say Grok. I acknowledge that it's embarrassing to say Grok. Grok is just an OpenAI front end. Then by assimilating OpenAI, you now no longer are dependent on any other institution. You can just, you know, you can just sort of vertically integrate the entire pyramid. You know, I'm not here to claim this isn't real. It's all fake. Okay, we're talking about magic spells being cast by wizards. Okay, but you know they can still hit you with a frostbolt. All right, I'm not. It is embarrassing to say Grok out loud. At least OpenAI sounds like, I don't know, a normal kind of tech product. Grok, whatever. So the merger offer, I think, is just a way of consolidating vertically and trying to oust opposition. Sam Altman is also a big personality, right? Like, as is so often the case with, with these tech oligarchs, they are freaks in ways that we can't even begin to imagine. They have like a techno-fetishistic attitude. They imagine themselves as messiahs of a coming age. Sam Altman is the one who famously, or I guess infamously, said the social contract will have to be rewritten because of AI. Basically like, hey everyone, I've created a machine that burns trees in the Amazon and produces nothing. It's worth $100 bajillion, and because I made it and own it, now we're going to have to rewrite society around it. They think they're God kings. So I want them to fight.
Getting the product into the market, and I wish he would just compete by building a better product, but I think there's been a lot of tactics, many lawsuits, all sorts of other crazy stuff, now this, and we'll try to just put our head down and keep working.
Does it make it more difficult to move from that non-profit model to that for-profit model for OpenAI?
We're not moving to a for-profit model. We're not sure we're going to do it all, but no matter what, the nonprofit will continue to be extremely important. It will drive the mission. It will continue to exist. The board is looking at lots of options about how to best structure for this next phase, but the nonprofit is not changing into anything or going anywhere. I mean, whether they did or didn't, they built a good model. Many people will distill from many other models. Again, I feel so confident about our research roadmap and also our product roadmap that, DeepSeek will do whatever DeepSeek's going to do. Other people do whatever they're going to do. And we're just going to try to build the best technology we can and get it into people's hands. And I think that's mostly going pretty well.
Do you think Musk's approach then is from a position of insecurity about XAI?
Probably his whole life is from a position of insecurity. I feel for the guy.
You feel for him?
I do, actually. I don't think he's like a happy person. I do feel for him.
Okay. Do you worry that he has this proximity to...
Because nothing in the interview even prompted him to make a personal attack, but he did reflexively. So Sam Altman's a freak. He actually, I do think he actually is smart. I don't think he's like a 160 IQ genius. I just think that he's if you just talk to him normally, I think you could get a convo out of him. He's not actually cognitively subnormal like Elon Musk is. Significantly smarter than Elon. And Elon, who has a really big ego, a really fragile ego, this must burn at him. This just happened too. This is probably going to guarantee a lifelong vendetta between both of them, that was probably already the case. This on its own is going to be enough to fuel Elon's antagonism forever, which again is great. Now it's a damn war. I love it when the girls fight. I love messy bitches,
To the president, and he can influence the decision-making of the US presidency and policies around this agenda on AI?
Not particularly. Maybe I should.
Sam's already going to be audited by the IRS for 50,000 years. Oh, you could 100%. Elon Musk is going to weaponize the federal government against OpenAI. 100%, Elon's probably salty that OpenAI was the primary name in the announcement of the, 500 billion that was going to be put into developing AI over here in the United States. The fact that he got all that credit, it's only going to get worse, man.
But not particularly. I mean, I try to just wake up and think about how we're going to make our technology better.
Sam Altman with Tom McKenzie in Paris. We go to London now. When they walked me in the room and they said, we got a fun thing for you to do. Own YouTube. The first book I read. Comment, subscribe.
Okay, I don't know what this boomer's on about. That's okay. We don't need to. Anyway, this podcast, this interview has been making the rounds all over the place. In large part, I think, because people kind of understand that Musk is extremely insecure, there's a bunch of the tech sites are talking about it. I want to see how it develops, I guess. Sam Altman's not a bad person. Benjamin, I will literally not do this with you. Sam Altman is evil beyond imagining. Sam Altman is incomprehensibly evil. He would literally do everything Elon Musk is doing if he was in the position to have done so.